Hi all. Right, welcome back to Carabao, Philippine Sea. Scenario 6. This, unfortunately, is going to be my only part 8. Uh, I've had a disaster today, and this has now happened, I want to say 3 times, it might just be twice, but I think 3 times. Um, where I recorded an hour and 20 minutes of footage and the file was corrupt. Just I copied it across on the computer, and then even on the phone, I couldn't access the video footage. It was just gone. I looked into some software to try and recover, corrupt files. I tried 2 or 3 things. Spent the day trying to do that, trying to save myself having to redo everything, and to no avail, I'm afraid. So I'm just devastated. It's such a it's so frustrating, and it's happened now. Like I say, 2 or 3 times using this app. Now the app I used before was Filmic Pro, which was great. There was a one-off charge for it at first, and then they introduced a charging method, payment thing where you had to pay every week. And I didn't feel like it. I mean, okay, I do use it a lot. I suppose I'm doing a lot of this, so maybe it is worth the money. But I thought I'll try and find something else, and then I found this. This is Beast Cam, it's called, and I wasn't as happy with it, but it seemed to go all right. And now, like I say, that's 2 or 3 files now, 2 or 3 recordings I've had. One of them wasn't such a big deal, but the other two, and this one in particular, an hour and 20 minutes, just disappeared, gone. So I'm on the hunt for a better app. I'm still using this just now because I've done a bit of searching for that today. I've no really got a clue what the best ones out there. I might need to go and ask about if anybody's watching's got any ideas of what a good recording app for the iPhone might be. That's not going to cost me a fortune. To be honest, I do think I probably need to pay for something, but the worry there is I buy some app and then it doesn't maybe suit me, and you maybe want to try it before you're going to. I mean, if it's not enough of a lot of money, that's fine. But also, I installed one today, and it didn't have the pause, and I need to be able to pause. I'm not going to keep stopping video and then patching all to, joining it all together. I want to be able to pause and then start again. So I'm a bit wary about, doing too much with this part because, the same thing could just go and happen here. And that's me 3 minutes in. And I've got this feeling I want to keep this short so that if the same thing happens again, I mean, when it happened before, it was quite a while ago. But if it's going to keep happening, I'm never going to know when it's going to happen. I don't know why it happened as well. There's not any reason. So it's such a shame. Well, it might be beneficial for you, the viewer, watching it, because I got myself right into the mix of things. There was a lot of things went on, and my head was in the rule book, and I realised a few things that I'm now going to be able to just tell you how it goes rather than me hunting through the rule book to find things. Cleared up quite a few things that was really good. I'm just trying to think. We've got the bootie bit sorted, yeah. We are up to date with that. So I've reset everything because I had actually moved on. Now, there's certain dice rolls that are going to come up that I'm going to keep. I don't want things to change. I've got everything set aside that I'm going to move. So you just need to trust me on that. I was going to just press record as I had things set up new and talk it through. But I think I can still... it's not that I need to reset cards or anything like that. There's a few things I've needed to reset. I was away up in this next... I was in the second phase in the draw chit segment, and we had roll for movement. I've got that dice set aside as well for the roll for movement. That was a 6. So I was here, and I had... when things went wrong, I had activated 2... I'd drawn 2 chits. One of them just moved a hex. He didn't draw an air raid. And the next one was actually the bootie, and that caused me quite a lot of looking through the rules to find out what happened next, because I done my usual, missed a little bit that I should have read. So anyway, that's where I got up to. But this is actually where we are at the moment. This is where I left things off in part 7. Part 7 ended up being quite a short part, I think. Wish that had been the one that had disappeared. That would have been so much better. But anyway, it wasn't. So this is where we are. So I've got this to go through, and there's quite a bit here, and then we've got some air-to-air combat. Nothing happens in that part, nothing happens there, nothing happens there. So it's really just the operation segment and the air-to-air combat, which there is a bit, yes. And again, I'll try and remember what the dice rolls were. Well, I know what the outcomes were, so I'll try and, I don't want to change it because I've done all that, and it seems a shame to I suppose I could re-roll for them again, but that feels kind of wrong. So I know what the results are. So let's go. Let's just take it from there. So air operations and on to launch, okay? So, what is it I do? Yeah, I launch a mission. Yeah, because I want an airstrike. We want an airstrike mission. Yeah, that's what we want. So we launch. I decide to take 3 F6Fs that I've got. There's one here. Well, hang on. This is going to be airstrike mission. Oh, I didn't set that aside. Right, it's here though. Airstrike mission 7. Okay, so that, and it's going to launch in the Task Force Hex, right? And it's going to have this F6F and these 2 F6Fs. That's going to be their fighting force, so I'll just put them up in the Air Mission 7 box. And then I've got, I want to say it's 5. I'll bring 5 attack aircraft along. Hang on. I've missed a bit. Yeah, I have. Why did I change that? Damn. Because we've just been through the search segment. This guy's not here, Grant. Right, give me a second. Yeah, no, it's fine. It's fine. In the search segment, we had launched this guy. And he had started a new search going that way. In fact, his marker's still there. I forgot to take it away. Oh, well, I say I forgot to take it away. His marker's there. Yeah. So this should already been done. Why have I'm not quite sure why I've rewound that. So, and then he moves 2, and that's his marker there that he's heading towards. Yeah, and we moved everything else, and we've done all the searches, because we got some good results. We got this spotted down here, and we all got this located, didn't we? So, yeah, that should have happened, and that's been done already. That was done in part 7. And I noted this to say that we can't land anything because we've took off from there. Okay, so I've got, did I take the 3 F6Fs? I did. And then I decide to take all of these. So I'm taking the 2 SPC2s, that's right, and I took the 2 TBFs, and there's one more that's on his own. Yeah, there is there. That was it. I'm trying to do it because it was earlier this morning, but I needed to get it started, because if I left it till tomorrow, I'm going to be like clueless of where I was. So that's came back to me okay. So that's what was going to comprise of airstrike mission 7, and they start with 14 fuel because we've got to take the lowest, and the attack planes have 14. So they start at 14 fuel. That was that dealt with. Now I mess about with the servicing and the hangars here. Let's see if I can remember how I do this, because I've reset it all. So what I do here, well, step 1 is raise servicing to ready, because that was the only thing we launched. And hang on. When I launch him, and I want to move on 1 hex as well. So he's moving because we're going for this. This was closest. I could went for the... yeah, I could went for that one as well, couldn't I? Why did I choose this one then? Oh yeah, I think it's because this is just a small force, whereas this is a... Well, it's a carrier. It's a level 2, isn't it? So there's more. We've got more knowledge of this. It's more than likely going to have targets that we want. So that's where we're going to go. So move them to 1 when he launches it first, and of course he needs to spend the fuel for that. So it's 1 fuel. So he's down to 13. Right, now we move on to the race service into ready. I put these 2 F6Fs up, for sure. I put this one up. And I don't think I do anything else. No, I don't. I decided not to put these up because I shift these about a little bit. I wish I'd... Why did I not take a picture of that? Oh, that was silly. Because I thought I'll reset it and I'll try and put it back. I could have took a picture of it. What a divvy. Or even just recorded a couple of minutes of it as it was. I mean, it's really just this bit that's the issue, I think. I think everything else is fine. Okay. Well, mind you, no, I'm starting to think of some other things. I wish I had took a photo. Right, so what I do here, I don't think there's any more service into ready. What is rule 7 something like that? Let me go back to... where are we? Oh, it's 6.24 and the likes. Right, servicing to ready. So, hangar 2 from servicing. So, yeah, what I decide to do here is move one of these back. Oh no, did I just move them both back? Why did I not take a picture? What a fool. It's no such a big deal, is it, Grant? Well, I remember thinking about this one, thinking I can only move 2, so I can move 1 back and then 1 forward. I wanted to get this guy up. Or, I think in this case I did move them. Yeah, no, it's further back. It's down here. It's this one here. So I move this one back and I move this one forward. Now, that's 1 from servicing to hangar and 1 from hangar to servicing. But I'm limited to 2, and that's either way. So that's that. Pretty sure I didn't touch any of the rest of that. Now, I think I would have done the same with this. So this guy came back, and this F6F goes forward. That's right. So it's just to get some of the fighters moving up. Nothing else there. I don't want to push them up just now. Yeah, I can't really do anything here on this task group. It's not really... These are all... My guess is these are going to make the next airstrike. And supported by... Well, we've got 3 F6Fs up there. So that's pretty good. That's 3 F6Fs and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Well, actually 6. There's 2 in there. This one here, however, this is a one that I swither about. Because I say... Well, I could round one of these back and put an F6F up there. But then it's only one of them up and the other one's back here. Oops. And then what I decide is, no, let's not do that. Let's move them both back here. Because you're limited to 2, I'll move them both back here, and then next turn I'll be able to move both the F6Fs into there. I don't know if it's better to have done it that way or moved one up and just kept one back or whatever. And I don't think any of that was touched. Right, good. That'll do. I'll take that. I think that's good. I think that was it. And we're not doing anything else. We're not landing. So we now are in air combat. Right, let me just try and quickly go through this. It's such a shame, honestly. It really is. It was a good part as well. And it went on and on because I just couldn't stop. I was like, because I worked a few things out, and it was... I'll tell you what, though, I'm loving this game. I really am. I'm really enjoying it just now. I hope it continues. I hope it doesn't start going in a way that becomes... I can't see it becoming... Yeah, I don't know. It's good. I'm really enjoying it. Right, well, the combat's all in here. So, rather than make this... We've got Intercept 6 in Guam. You know what? Like I say, I've done all this morning, set it all out, laid it all out, rolled the dice, and... Right, so Intercept 6 has got... Right, I'm not going to spread these out, because it's just up against... There's no fighters. So we've got 1, 2, 3, 4... We've got 5 F6Fs. Again, I can't quite remember what the dice roll was here, though. So, although I said I was going to remember. I know the result. I know the outcome. The outcome is they still have 2 land air points. So we could just leave it at that and just say that we rolled whatever. So it's 5. It was 5 against the 3. Let me see if I can look at the table. And I'm maybe not going to remember what the exact dice roll was, but like I've just said, that was the outcome is... Look at the table. There we are. The outcome is they're left with 2 land air points. We shoot down 2 of them. So, I mean, you can see the result. It's a 5. We wouldn't be getting any minus modifiers. I mean, I suppose I could roll these again. No, because I want to keep what I've got coming back out. And it's as it happened. And, you know, I enjoyed how it came out. And there's nothing miraculous or anything like that. But it's just enjoyed how it all finished. And then when I found out the video was missing. So we were on the 5 column, rolling without modifiers. So I must have rolled a 5, 6 or a 7 or an 8. Because I got a result of 2 hits. Actually, I think I rolled an 8. I think I rolled an 8 because I was hopeful there might be 3 hits and it was just missed. Yeah, I think it was. That rings a bell. So we take 2 of them out. So they're going to be in the lost box as well. And then these 2 just go back. So he's still got 2 land air points, attack planes, for the Guam. And that goes back in there. And they go back, they go back. Oh, and we forgot to spend the 3 fuel, which I reset as well, so I need to spend that again. So that was for mission 6. So 1, 2, 3. That's been spent. It's down to 11. Yeah. Okay, and then right. Well, what's the point in breaking all this out, Grant? We're up against Air Raid 1A, right? And the Hex, where we commit to fight with 3, 4, and 5. I commit them all. I wonder, I do wonder about maybe taking a chance and maybe just going with 3 and 4, because 3's got 6 aircraft. So we commit the 3 of them anyway. So 1, 2, 3. 3 fuel for each of them. Obviously, because they're all attacking. That's 3, 4, and 5. Right? And we are fighting against 4 points here. But we take them all out. So, I mean, 3 is fighting with, like I say, 6 aircraft. Can you recall what happens, Grant? On the 6th column, I want to say we get a 2. Actually, you know what? I think we get a bad roll in that one. Maybe only get a 1. Yeah, we got a 2 result in that one, only got a 1. And then that leaves us with 3. And then the next 2 are fighting with 4. So, well, that must mean I get a 2. I get a better roll with one of them, and then I get a 1 with the last one. I mean, we've only got 4 to take out. There's no negative modifiers. Obviously, none of our guys can get hit. So, these 4 points get taken out. And that does wipe out Air Raid 1A. So I assume that just gets taken off the map. So that was that gone. I spent the fuel for them. Yeah, none of them got damaged or anything because they can't fight back. And that was that. That was US interception. Okay, that's good. That went better than I thought it was. That was the results, like I say. So, okay, moving on. So, we then don't have a Japanese air attack segment. We don't have a US... I'll show you up here. We were there. We don't have an air attack segment. They're not hitting us. No, because that if we hadn't taken that raid out, because he was in the Task Force X, wasn't he? We would have then moved on to this and done some of this, but we managed to take them all out. And we did, I wouldn't make things up and change it about, It's a shame what's happened with the video footage, but I'm not going to start messing about things like that. So we would eventually show that, but we didn't need to. And then US air attack segment is when we are striking them. And then that clearing operative flight decks, clear deck crashes, advanced phase marker. So we advance phase marker to 2. And then we have move all air raids. Okay. So we don't have air raid 1A, however we do have Guam. So Guam still got 2 land air points. He's going to fly into the Hex with our task force. But remember, we will get to attack that again before it gets to strike us. And we've got 3, 4 and 5 sitting there on 8 fuel. Quite comfortable. Pretty sure they should be able to take out the last 2 points of that. And then we'll try and land them and whatever. And obviously intercept 1's going to come back and land. I mean, I could push it and move intercept 6 into the Hex as well to attack the Guam raid, but I'm not sure that's really required, but it might be a better idea just moving it back out to Guam, possibly. What's it got? It's got 11 fuel. Maybe. We'll see. Okay, so that was the only air raid for them to move, wasn't it? Yes, it was. So now we move on to mission movement and then draw sequence chits. Right, so I'm not actually that far away. Right, we roll that for mission movement. It's a 6, and it was actually that dice. So that's what we got. We then draw chits. Yeah, this isn't too bad at all, Grant. So the first chit that we draw, like I say, we only drawn 2 chits, and then that's me back to where I was. And then that'll be quite nice, because what I might actually do then is just stop the video and make sure there's no issues. So the first chit I drew was Force G, Golf. Golf is up here. Now we're on 11 hexes away. What I say he is in range, but he rolls poorly. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Yeah, he doesn't get a result anyway. To be honest, I can't remember the dice roll for that one. But he was getting a -1 for the turn time and a -1 for being 11 away. So he doesn't produce an air raid. So he moves in the 6th direction, which is southeast. So he moves down there. And that's him. That's Force G. So next chip we draw, and this is as far as I got. But there's a bit to this one. So I draw the Butai chip. Okay? Which is here. Right, so I get myself a bit... It does get a bit messy in this bit. And this is probably good that, in some ways, that the video is not here for this bit anyway. Because I do get myself in a bit of a mess and start looking at bits now. But I can't quite remember how it all pans out. So I'll leave that up there just now. So, well, first of all, we have to check for air raid. Right, and he gets a result here. So let's just say he succeeds. Right, hang on. No, don't. You can't do that yet, Grant. Right, 10. Let's get into rule 10, which is where it all happens, isn't it? Rule 10, these air raid stuff. But I'm starting to get the hang of it. This, like I say, there's a good and a bad to that last video. It was good because it started sinking in a bit better for me, but it was probably horrible to watch this part. So I'll try and make it a bit better than it was, hopefully. Right, so, and Butai 1's a level 1 carrier, right? So it's an L1 intelligence carrier. Now we have that located, but that's not really relevant. So so that's saying if this was a carrier force. That's what I'm starting to wonder there if would it attack me now instead of say A and B. Yeah, no, that's right, Grant, isn't it? Because it's not launched two raids. It's not got any raids. Well, actually, this is where raid 1A came from initially, because it's still got all the naval air points in the lost box, and that brings up things for me as well. But I should be able to get through that a bit smoother because I was struggling a bit. Anyway, he's not got any raids now because we've just eliminated one of them. So otherwise, is this force potentially eligible to launch a raid? Otherwise, a force is potentially eligible to launch a raid if either it is a carrier force. So yeah, that's what this is. It is a carrier force because it's a level 1 carrier, or is a level 0 force or level 1 small, medium, large force, and the Japanese carrier commitment limit has not yet been exceeded. It's not. Right, and there's something I got slightly wrong with that commitment, and I've realised that we are going to, something different might happen actually. But, well, you'll not have seen that, so you don't need to worry about it. Right, so does the force discover a target within range? I can't remember what the dice roll was, but let's just say that was a big yes, okay? It was, it succeeded. So yeah, we've got our target, we roll the dice, we get a result. Yes, right. So C. And this is where things start going wrong. Grant does his usual and doesn't read right through things, which I've done so much of. Actually, John Brown pointed out, I'll come back to it maybe. I'll come back to it when we're at that part. I was criticising a rule that the example of play looked like it had got wrong. It turns out it was me that got it wrong. What do you know? Okay, so C, is this in fact a carrier force? If the Japanese force is already known to be a carrier force, skip to step D. Yeah, see, that's not the case then, and this is what threw me a bit. So if we turn, that's saying if the Japanese force is already known to be a carrier force, skip to step D, right? And I thought that was the case, which makes me wonder about the question here then. Because when it says here, it is a carrier force, well, if that's a no, the one that I've just read, then surely that's a no. And it is not a level 0 force or a level 1 small, medium, large force. Okay. Oh, that's a bit strange then. Because, you know, if the answer to that number 1 is no, and the answer to number 2 is no, then the answer sorry, I mean A. It means the answer in A is no. And then it's wanting steps A and B to be a yes, I mean, I assume. So what am I not getting there? And the reason, I mean, like I say, when I came across here, is the Japanese force already been known to be a carrier force? Yes, it is. It's a level 1 carrier chat. So then skip to step D. But that's not, and the reason that this is a bit that I missed, because if I carried on, although I suppose my thinking is there, I'm going to D, that if I carried on, number 3 up here, on the top of the page, scenario 6 and after, if the force is a level 1 carrier force with a known air strength, now this is what it is, i.e. it has previously launched raids This is what it is, because it just launched the raid, and it had 8 air strength. Then you promote it to level 2 using the level 1 to level 2 intelligence table. The force then uses the procedure for level 2 forces. That procedure will correctly take into account the force's known air strength. And this, I mean, it takes me a while before I actually see this. And I go, I'm away elsewhere. But that's bothering me now. Because, or is the answer to question A, yes, it is a known to be a carrier force, and we do skip to D, because if I do that, it doesn't allow me to upgrade that chit to level 2, I don't think. Because it's going to be a level 1 to 2 force that has known air strength. But no, man. Right, let's check this again, because I just wondered, is the definition of the words carrier force, does that mean one of these? And it is. I mean, I'm looking on the definition of carrier force, and it actually gives that as an example, and that says that there should be at least one carrier involved in this force. It might be more. I don't know if it can go the other way or not, but I don't think so. I'm sure that's what it says. Well, yeah, I was just searching the rulebook online for that. Give me a second. Yeah, so this is on page 21. This is the first bit I came, just with my search through. See, it says, if it is a carrier force, and there's the words there, carrier force, and it has in brackets, level 1 carrier. So that's, or it could be, or a level 2 or higher known to have carriers. I mean, that's a level carrier. So that is a carrier force. And then also here, it tells us, a level 1 force is denoted by a level 1 intelligence chit identifying it as one of the following: carrier, surface, small, medium, or large. A carrier force is known to include at least one carrier. So that is a carrier. I mean, okay, it sounds like I'm being stupid there, but I mean, that's what I would have thought when it says carrier force, that it means one of these, at least one of these. It could be something bigger than this, a 2, it could be a 2 or a 3 or some carrier ships, So, checking to see the air raid again. If this were a carrier force, would it attack me? And then we come down to here. We know it's not launched 2 raids. It is a carrier force. So yes, it is this. So yeah, that's a yes. So that's fine. But then this bit is the bit that's not so fine then, because if the Japanese force is already known to be a carrier force, then I would say yes, skip to D. Okay, so if we do that, and this is what I initially done, what have we got here? So it's a level 1 to 2, it's not a level 3, it's not a level 4, so it's a level 1 to 2 force, it's a level 1. And it has known air strength because it actually launched an air raid already. So level 1 to 2 forces have a known air strength, which is the sum of all their air points in the Butai display, including lost or unavailable points. If there are no air points to display, the strength is unknown. So that's what that is. So then I come down here, and this is the one that's relevant to me because we're a level 1 to 2 force, again, we're this, and we've got a known air strength, right? This is the only table using, right, on this table you select the column corresponding to the known air strength, apply column shifts for the force type, e.g. 1 to 2 carrier, then cross-reference with a die roll. Let's back up the top there. Then cross-reference with a die roll. You cannot have a level 1. And then this bit is the bit that I like A. It says, no, you cannot have a level 1 force with a known air strength launching a raid. It would have been promoted to level 2 in step C3. So I'm like, eh? So I then come back and I look at C and I say, where's 3? That's 1, that's 2, and there's 3 up the top. And I'm like, oh. If the force is a level 1 carrier force with a known air strength, then you increase this from a level 1 to a level 2. And that's what I went and done. But how can we... Because it says right there that you should just skip to step D. And if I skip to step D, I don't get to C3. I don't get to step 3 of C, because I've skipped to D. Something's wrong with that. I tried looking, thought maybe I might hold something there then, but I did have a look. But hang on, what rule is this? Where are we at? 10 something. No, we're 10.1, I think, isn't it? 10.1. There's a 10.14, but no. It's just, there's something not right there, or Grant's doing his usual and getting something completely wrong. Yeah, I'm going to have to try and ask a question here just to make sure. Yeah, I'm going to ask this because I'm going to say, look, if I've got a level 1 carrier force, and I have to skip to step D, then it means I skip by the bit that's going to upgrade it to level 2. Right, I've went and popped a wee question out there regarding that, because that is kind of confusing me and making me wonder if I'm getting something terribly wrong. I'm just going to carry on, though, the way I thought it panned out, if you like. But now, like I say, after rereading this, I'm not so sure. So I'm going to say that this clearly does say that... could it be the fact... we've got an L1 carrier. Should it have launched that raid? Yeah, I don't see why not. It was a level 1 carrier. It launched the raid. We rolled the dice. Unless that's where the blunders happened. I don't know though, because it's saying here that it could have been a level 1 carrier force with a known air strength. So I don't know. i.e. as previously launched raids, so that must be allowed to have been done. So I'm going to carry on with this and do what I've done. So we're going to promote it to level 2, and I've got again the dice roll here, and I'll show you. We eventually find to promote it from level 1 to level 2. I just need that chart. Level 1 to level 2. There, it's here. Okay, so I've done this already, like I say. So we rolled. I want to say this was the one we had a high roll. Yeah, we did. It was either it's on this column here, and we either had an 8 or a 9. I can't remember which, but they're both the same anyway. So it's 3 to 4 carriers. So that was this chit here. So that's what that level 1 carrier is now going to upgrade to. The little 3 in brackets there is regarding scenario 9, so that's not applicable. Also talks about commitment level there, and that's something we're going to have to get to now as well. So that should have upgraded now to that, and this is a little bit that I got wrong. So that, so that should have upgraded into that. Now, when I done this, I thought, right, that must adjust the commitment level somehow. And look, now I couldn't find it in the rules. This is a time that it would adjust the commitment level, though. Well, I suppose I should point to that. So these are the times that the commitment index will change, or it can be adjusted. A new Japanese carrier force is revealed in play, either in search or air raid. Well, that's not the case. The known air strength of an existing level Japanese 1 force increases. No. A Japanese carrier forces increases to higher level either in search or air raid. Well, this is what happened. In this air raid, we have upgraded that from a level 1 to level 2. So then I started thinking, right, what happens? Because you can see that level 2's got a 5 commitment level. That's what that white number in the black circle is. Now, when we first placed that level 1 carrier, I thought at first it was a 4 strength, but I think that's where I've got this wrong. It was actually a 3. And the reason it was a 3, because it was a level 1. Now, where does it tell you that then, Grant? It's a level 1 with that's got an air strength. That's it. We've got a known air strength. Yeah, so I think that's this little chart here. So it's known. No. Yeah, it's a level 1 force. So we look per level 1 commitment value chart, which is here. Its known air strength was 8. So that's why it was a 3. Now I mixed that up with 1. We've got another L1 carrier on the map that has been added to commitment level, and it's not got a known air strength. And if it's not got a known air strength, it gets regarded as a 4 commitment level. I don't know where that's written, but hang on. There it's written there. Commitment value of a level 1 force is a function of its known air strength. The level 1 commitment value chart card 3 back, which is what we just looked at, shows the values. If no air strength is yet known, the commitment value for the force is taken to be 4. So I think I got mixed up with that one. Now that one is actually here. So he's not got a known air strength. He's not one to raid. So he's a 4. Now, you'll see the commitment index there is up to 10. So he's a 4, that guy I just showed you. And this guy here, upgraded to level 2. So he's a 3, because it's on the actual chip. And then the other one that we just had, this level 1 carrier up here, which is just about to change, had a known air strength of 8, which turns out to be a 3 as well. So that is 10. And that's what I've got the commitment index set up. So I think I've got that right. There's nothing else out there. There's a small force, a medium force, but they don't count towards commitment, as my understanding is right. So, but what my question, what I got stuck at here was, and I couldn't find it written in the rulebook. I'd like to think it was there, but maybe it's just regarded as common sense that when this goes away and this one takes over, do you just add 5, or do you, as probably what common sense tells you, you take away this 3 and then add that 5, or basically take away 3 from the 5 and just add 2. So I hunted on BGG and I found David, one of the guys that's watched a few of my videos, asked the question back then if he had a level 1 carrier and then upgraded to a level 4 and became, basically it started off as 4 commitment level, then because it upgraded to level 4 it became a commitment level 2. He says, does that then reduce the commitment level by 2? And the answer he got back was yes, and it was confirmed by the designer of that one as well. So that was good to see. So we had a 3 and now we've added a 5. So we're adding another 2 points to commitment level. And for some reason when I done this, like I say, I obviously thought that was a 4 and only added 1. So it was there. So we weren't having any issues. However, it is now a 2 we're adding. So it's actually on the threshold. And I'm not quite sure what that does. 13.22 here, I think is what I'm looking at. This is page 43. If the commitment index currently equals or exceeds the commitment threshold, at the time a new carrier force is revealed, the force may turn out to be a false contact instead. Perform a commitment test. Okay, so that's, I've got it's only when we get another currently equals or exceeds the threshold, perform a commitment test using commitment test table card 3 back as follows. Right, well, I won't look into that procedure, but as long as I register that is going to happen, the threshold determines... The threshold determines when you start to see commitment effects. The limit acts like an upper bound on the index. Okay, so once we get the threshold and over, it's going to check a few things to see if you're still going to get more carrier stuff out, I think. Right, okay, good stuff. Right, so moving on, I'll have a quick look, see if I've got an answer to my question first, because just in case something's all wrong. So that was a commitment, so we've adjusted that, so that's fine. Now we needed to step back and carry on with the air raid procedure. So we had upgraded that to the level 2 thing. So now when we come here, we do have a level 2 force. It's a level 2 force now that has no air strength. Yeah. So we carry on, and then we're still checking this as a level 1 to 2 force with no air strength. However, then it brings us to this 9.24, and this threw me a little bit. It's just the page previous. So this is, on this table you select the column corresponding to the known air strength. So we want card 2 back first. And we're looking at known air strength. Yes, we're looking at this table here. But just to jump back, this page just previous, and this is 9.24, which it talks about known air strength. To compute this total, add all air points anywhere on the Butai display, including the lost box and all boxes of the turnaround track. The known air strength is an input to both the air raid and intelligence process. Note that a known air strength of 0 is different from an unknown air strength. And then it's got this example, which kind of threw me. I'm just telling you, if the force has permanent hits, it's going to affect the known air strength. So it shows you this. And I thought, how's this here to start with, right? And you can see it's a level 2 with 2 to 3 CVs. So this example is a level 2 force, Butai, has 4 air points in its available all ranges. So he's got 4 points in here. And 2 air points in its lost box. 2 air points in its 0 to 3 available. That's only available at ranges 0 to 3. And 2 points at its in its lost box. Total known air strength is 8. So it's not counting this because this is something that gets added, which I later realised if I'd read through it, I would have understood that. But I get a bit stuck up on this. It says you determine that it launches an air raid of 6 air points at a range of 10 hexes. I've kind of no idea where it gets the 6 air points from, looking at the table that I was looking at. But I'm not going to argue it or debate it. We're just going to say that that's what the answer is to this. So it's going to have an air raid of 6 at a range of 10 hexes, which is relevant. You would take the first 4 points from those available all ranges. So you take the 4 to try and make up your 6. And then the points in the 0 to 3 box cannot be taken, cannot be used for this raid because they've only got a range up to 3. So we're getting these because they're all ranges. So they cannot be used for this raid, and neither can the lost points be used. So you would take 2 more air point counters from those not in use and add them to the raid. So that's where that 2 is coming from. And then these represent planes that were there all along, but which you didn't yet know about. Thus, the force would now have a known air strength of 10 because it's added another 2. If the raid had been launched at a range of 2 hexes, you could have used the points. You could have used the points in the 0-3 box, and you would not have needed to add any. In that case, the known air strength would have remained at 8. So yeah, so if it had been at range 3, we would have said 2, 4, 6. We can use all 6 that we need for the raid. We don't need to add these. Okay, but that's how it came to 6. And the range I think I get, but I don't think I get the 6. But looking at the chart that you should be looking at. Because, I think it's the one that we just left. that I've left line here, because there's some modifiers down the bottom. Well, it shifts the column. So we're looking at this. Now the thing is, we've got eight air strength points, but they're all in the lost box. You see them all the way up there. They're all in the lost box. They're not scattered about any of the other displays, so we can't use any of them. But that's our strength. It is 8. So it means that they're going to bring another whatever it is along. So we look at this, and this is to tell us our known air strength. Sorry, no, this is the strength of the air raid. Our current known air strength is 8. However, we've got now that carrier chip. Let's stretch up and get it. There, it's there. So you can see it's 3 to 4 CVs, L2. So down here we can see the L2 3 to 4, because it's quite big, it's going to shift to the right. So it's going to shift 2 columns to the right. So we were on that column. We're now shifted to this column, and I happen to roll a 10 when I roll it. So I get the bottom result, which is 9 and 8. So that means we've got 2 raids together, and one of strength 9 and one of strength 8. However, there's an adjustment now that we need to make. Okay. Right, okay, carrying on. No answer to my question yet. I really want to stop this video though, just in case. I'd hate to have done all this again and something glitches again. So, the thing is, I can't really stop it here. Right, we'll quickly move through it. So we're looking here, and I almost like my suit on this again. We need to read on. You need to keep reading, Grant. So this is, we reduce the raid strength for points lost or unavailable, because we've got 8 points lost, remember. So total the number of air points in the lost box of the force butized display, plus the total in servicing boxes, plus the number in the butized air raid boxes, plus the number unavailable at this range. Well, we've got 8 in the lost box. And then the number, it carries on, the number unavailable at this range is the total in available boxes that are lower numbered than the range. Yeah, how do we know the range? Yeah, because we know the range. The range is, of course, the range is from the butai, isn't it? So the range is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. The range is 9. But it doesn't matter to me, because all my guys, I've not got any in the range boxes. I've just got them all lost. So then using the air raid strength reduction chart, we cross-reference the initial strength for the raid obtained in E, which was the 9 and the 8 raid, with the number of points lost unavailable, no diaros involved. The result is a reduced final strength of the attack. For raids with 2 waves, we add the value of both to get the initial strength, and we apply a reduction to the second wave. If the strength of that wave falls to 3 or less, the 2 waves are combined into 1. What remains of the second wave is added back into the first. Right, okay. So that's this chart here, this big chart. And we had, there's our lost points. So we've got 8 lost points there. And our initial strength, well, I've just got them on a dice just now, and it was 9 and 8, right? So there we are, 9 and 8. So it's 17. We total these up because there's 2 waves. So we look on the 17 column and come down to 8, the row 8, and we get 13. So 13, we remove it from the second wave. So that's going to be 17 down to 13 is taking 4 off that. So that knocks that down to 4. Remember it said if that became 3 or less, it would get added into that. However, it's not. So our raid is now, first wave is 9, second wave is 4. Okay, so we push on. We put our air points in the raid box. There is 9 in there, and there's 4 in here. So that's 1A. We've got 1A and 1B. And that's our raids like that. So I'll put them up in the butai display. So that's our 9 and 1A and our 4 and 1B. Just a mixture of so much. Now these don't, well, obviously I've talked about this already as well. Yeah, I think they've not got any use there. Well, to be honest, yeah, they do still count towards your number of air strength, don't they? So they probably need to sit there. But I was wondering if you started running out of these counters. There is loads of them, mind you, so maybe not. Then maybe you would just use a dice to mark that, the losses. Because you want to track it also. Well, I suppose you need to track it for your actual air strength. Because that gets included. I mean, now this air strength is... Oh, it's 8 plus the 9 plus the 4, isn't it? 13, 21. So I'm not sure what's going to happen next time with that. Right, so we've got air raid 1A and 1B. So then we go to place the raid. We've done this before though, so I shouldn't really need to. 10.21. Well, this is a two-wave thing. So we intercept range table. We roll a dice. We get lucky with this one. We roll another 10. So you can see there's no modifiers. The die roll's 10, so he's going to be 5 hexes away from our force. So this was a good one after the not so good strength that they're getting. So 1A goes 5 hexes away. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 5 or 5. Yeah, I mean there's a butai marker there. So in a straight line, I would say it's just that one. Yeah, I think that's where I end up putting it. Yeah, that's where I put it before. I mean, straight line, could either go there or there, but I think that one's straighter, that one's going down. So we'll go there. And then 1B gets placed 2 hexes behind that. So that'll be in that hex there, I would say. Yeah, that's where I end up putting that. So, well, I mean, straight line is down there with that one. But if I put it in there, which I could, I think, you can see it's going away down there. So, pretty sure that's the best one to place it. Okay, so that's what I've resolved with that. Right, and I think that's me. I think that's me back to where I was. I'm going to be so disappointed if I stop this video and it all goes horribly wrong. Right, well, having a quick check just in case somebody's answered this question, in case I just stop here. So that's us moved. That was that butai marker result. Oh no, one last thing. His movement. Well, if we look at this chart now, because I did find this useful, and we go through all these, we find that we are a carrier force which has launched a strike at some point in the game, which it has. It launched an airstrike. Well, again, they're calling it a strike there, which, I don't know, maybe it's... launch an air raid should say to me, like, that's what it should say, but maybe that's just me. Maybe they are meant to be mixed and matched, I don't know. And it's located, what did I say it was? It's 9 hexes away. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Did I say 9 before? I think I did. But anyway, it's 9 hexes away, but you'll see here. So there's a carrier force which has launched a strike at some point in the game, and it is located 9 hexes distant from a US carrier task group. It does not move. So that just stays there on that. So obviously once it gets to there, it's just going to sit there and start launching raids and whatever. We're going to have to try and do something about it. Right, okay, I'm going to stop the video because it's actually turned out to be almost an hour. And there's maybe not an awful lot done, but I want to push on to the next bit. So I'm praying that the video doesn't go astray on me. If it does, I'm probably just going to have to start recording and just telling you what's happened. But yeah, I'm definitely in the hunt, and I definitely need to find a new app because, I mean, unless it's my phone itself that's a problem. But let's have a quick look for that, see if we've got an answer yet. It's probably unlikely because it wasn't that long ago I checked. No, not to be. So we'll just have to hope that we have resolved it properly, that. And yeah, so we'll be coming back to, yeah, that's our butai chip resolved now. So we've got 2 more. Yeah, we've got 2 more chips still to draw for the second phase. I'm going to copy this across, hopefully, fingers crossed, without any problems. And then I'm going to come straight back because I want to do something new. Okay, I'll be back shortly. Cheers.